Observe the flowchart and then you will tell the output on the chat box. R is A modulus 10. What will be the value of R? Kanishak Mittal.
5.
5. Why?
Sir, because modulus returns the remainder of what we divide.
Right answer. It is a percentage symbol. It is a modulus operator. Modulus means remainder. So when you divide 25 by 10, you will get 2 on the quotient and 5 as remainder. So here in Q, the first 5 is deducted from A. That is 25 minus 5 will be 20. 20 divided by 10 is 2. So Q is 2, R is 5 because R is remainder. Now you will check whether R is greater than Q. Is remainder is greater than quotient? Yes?
Yes, sir.
5 is greater than
Yes, sir.
2. So
Yes, sir.
it will go to left side and it will display 5 minus 2, that is 3. So what actually this flowchart is doing? It is finding absolute difference between digits of a 2-digit number. So 2-digit number can be 10, 20, 30, 25. These are 2-digit numbers. So it is finding absolute difference. Absolute difference means the difference without negative sign. So that's why it has been checked that if the remainder is greater than Q, then subtract. Then we have to display R minus Q. If the remainder is not greater than Q, then we have to display Q minus R. See another flowchart here. Okay. And you have to tell that what this flowchart is doing. Don't jump into conclusion right now. Don't write anything unless I ask you to write. Just focus. When I will ask you, then only you will write the answer. So I'll read it. The first is enter first number, get A, then enter second number, get B, and then this is a decision box. This box which you are seeing, it is not some extraordinary box. It is just a decision box. When I'm typing into it, it is getting expanded and its shape is changing. So it is simple decision box and it is checking if A modulus B is equal to 0, then it is printing yes, and if it is not, A modulus B is not equal to 0, then it is checking if B modulus A equal to 0, and then it is printing put yes or put no.
So the compiler will take two numbers and sir, it will divide them. And sir, if the remainder is equal to 0, sir, as there 2 equals to, which means that equal to. So sir,
Yes.
equal to is equal to 0, sir, then it will print yes. Otherwise, it will print, sir, otherwise it will, sir, divide, sir, B by A. And if that is equal to 0, then it will, then if the statement is verified, then it will print yes. Otherwise, it will print no.
Fine, you have explained the complete process. You have explained the complete flowchart. Now, can anybody else tell me what actually we are trying to find out here?
So that the remainder is equal to 0 or not.
Or
Okay.
if A is factor of B or is B is factor of A. So that can also be, because sir, remainder is 0, and then it can be a factor.
So remainder is equal
Kanisha?
to 0 or not.
Yes, Kanishak, you continue now.
Sir, in this flowchart, sir, we are trying to check if, sir, if both the numbers are divisible by each other or not.
The same thing, right? Abhyuday, the right conclusion you have given just at the end, that we are checking, and Kanishak, it is also correct, because finally the conclusion should be in one line statement, that whether any one number is dividing other number or not. So it is better to say that we are inputting two numbers and we are checking any one number is a factor of other or not. Okay, now you have to tell what will you get for the following input. So not Abhyuday, not Kanishak, not Sarthak. Somebody else can give the answer for this. So suppose we input 4 and 8. What will you get? What will you get on the screen?
Sir, yes.
Is it Aditi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Vaibhav Singh. If you
Yes, sir.
enter
We will get so the output will be yes, sir.
now 8 and 6. 8 and 6. What will you get? We will get,
No.
right. We will get no. And 24 and 6.
Sir, yes.
Yes.
Right answer. So what are we checking through this flowchart? We are checking that any one number is factor of other or not. Okay, so now another puzzle is coming. Find the similarity in the pictures and guess the hidden words. So I'll first show you 3 pictures. In the first picture, one person is skipping, another is cycling, and the third is student is solving, or student has been assigned a punishment that he is writing, I will follow the rules. Okay, so there is some similarity between these 3 pictures, and with the help of these similarity you have to identify the hidden word. So you can write the answer in the chat box. The words are related to the image, the picture, and it is also related to the flowchart. It is also related to programming. So yes, we have solved the puzzle. You can see here, loop means repeat. So here in the first picture, the skipping, the person is continuing the same action again and again. He is repeating. And cycling also, the pedal is kept on repeating again and again. Then only the cycle will move forward. And at the last, it is very obvious that the person is also in loop, is writing the statement again and again. So it means loop means to repeat. So let's see the definition. Loop is repeating any action until the desired condition is fulfilled. So now let's discuss the desired condition in all the pictures. What do you think would be the desired condition in first picture? When this person is going to stop, how long he is going to loop?
Sir, until he will not get, sir, his point where he have to go.
In the first person, skipping
That
person is not moving anywhere.
Sir,
So till the time he gets tired.
Okay, Medhavi Singh.
Sir, until he is out of breath.
Out of breath. Okay, Anshika said until he is out of breath, he will continue skip. Medhavi Singh.
Yes, sir. Until the point he has to reach, like he has decided a number of skips he has to do, like 200 or 300.
Right, very good. So see here, it can be both different aspects. We can see that either he has set a target of some number, so he can continue up to 200 or 300, or he will say that as long I will not get tired, so I will stop skipping the moment I will feel tired. So when in the first condition, he's counting in his mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, and he will stop at 200. While in the second part, now brain can work simultaneously, but in the second part we can say that he is only checking that whether after every skip whether he is getting tired or not. So here the condition is as long he is able to skip, he will keep on skipping. So these are different type of situation where a loop can stop. Either we know in advance that how many times it has to run, so that is we can say that that it is the ending point is known at before, or it can be that the loop is executing, and after the execution of every action we are checking something that whether the condition has been fulfilled, so we can stop at that moment. Okay, so in the second case, what do you think about in cycling? What is the desired condition?
So
To reach a
Destination.
so
Yes,
he
to
will
reach.
stop at the destination.
Here we all will agree that he has got the destination in his mind, that he has to reach some point of some place, and it is not that the moment he will feel tired he will stop. So in most of the cases in cycling, one has to reach some particular point. Even that person is getting tired, then that person will take rest, and then again he will continue, and then again he will move to that. So destination is the main point.
And sir, not only destination, so for the time, so how much time he can ride? So
Okay,
like he has a timer for half an hour cycling.
Okay. Right, that is also a good valid point. That person may have thought that I will keep on, I don't have to move to any particular location, I just have to keep on cycling for 1 hour. So in that case, he will take any random path and he will move here and there, and you have to spend 1 hour on cycle. Third one,
Sir,
third one is
Sir, a
third one is
limit
an
can be
interesting one.
assigned to him.
The teacher.
Wait a minute. Aviral Singh is speaking something. So Aviral
Yes, sir.
Singh, you can.
Sir, middle.
Aviral Singh.
Yes, sir. Sir, a limit might be assigned to him that he had to write 100 times this thing or 200 times. Then he have to stop.
Right. Here the number is known in advance. So all these are three examples of loop. There can be multiple instances of loops where different type of conditions we can check. But yes, there at some point of time one has to stop. So that should be known in before. Otherwise, if we don't know, then it is known as infinite loop. That means it will keep on repeating again and again, and it will not stop. So infinite loop happens in the case of bad programming. So let's discuss something related to flowchart and loops in flowchart. So here you can see I have shared one flowchart. So first you observe it carefully. When I will ask you to write the output, then only you will write the output. I'll read it. 10 has been assigned to A. Then loop starts. If A is less than 20, if A is less than 20, then it is yes. And if it is no, then put A, and A is A plus 2. And the loop is executing again and again. And wherever you can see put A, that is the value where the value would be printed. Okay, so Kanishak has said nothing will be printed. Okay, Sarthak has written nothing before, and now he has written would be printed. So nothing would be printed. All are saying. So let me ask Shravani Jain. Shravani Jain, why do you think that nothing would be printed?
Yes, sir. Sir, as A is equals to 10 and 10 is lesser than 20, so it is going, and as written in the box that A is, if A is lesser than 20, then it will be printing nothing, and then the loop will going to end.
Yes, right answer. I think now all have agreed this, that the value of A has been given 10.
Yes, sir.
And the moment the condition is checked, the condition is becoming true. And in flowchart, always remember that when we are making flowchart in Raptor, okay, so Raptor doesn't give us different type of flexibility. Raptor immediately asks that tell me the condition where you want to exit the loop. Okay, so here you can see that the condition is A less than 20 is true. So it will move to left side, that is yes, and it will go down and it will end. Okay, so this flowchart we have understood, nothing will be printed. So no output. Right answer is no output. Now let's see the output of the following flowchart. Here, now the symbol has been changed. So yes, now you can see the flowchart and you can give the answer. Yes, so you all can write the answer now. If you pass the addition box, the first thing is written put A. So put A is before A is equal to A plus 2. So we will directly print the value of A in put A. So that is, what is the previous value of A? A is 11. So first value has to be 11. Yes, it will start from 11. And where it will stop? It will print 11, it will print 13, it will print 17, it will print 19. And the moment after printing 19, what will happen? That 19 plus 2, it will become 21. And then the condition will be checked. 21 is greater than 20? Yes. So it will stop. So this is the output. Okay. So from 11 to 19, because after printing 19, the value of A will change. A is equal to A plus 2. Now it will check the condition. Is A greater than 20? Yes, 21 is greater than 20. So it will not enter inside, but it will take the bypass road and it will move to end. Correct? So the output is 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. So here I'm going to demonstrate this one. And here you can see this is coming by default, start and end. So I have to print even numbers from 2 to, I just forget, what was it? 2 to 20?
So 40.
So 40.
2 to 40. Okay. So first I will take an assignment symbol. and I've clicked on assignment symbol and I'm clicking at the arrow. So assignment symbol has come here. So I'm double clicking on it, and can you tell me that I am writing set A. Okay, this is the variable name. Which value should I take? What will be the starting value? We have to print from 2 to 40. Yes, right. We will take 2. Correct, 2. Now we have to run this statement again and again of printing. So I'm taking a loop here. I've clicked on loop. And after clicking on loop, I am clicking on the arrow. So loop has entered. And decision box is there. I'm double clicking on the decision box. So what will be the exiting condition?
So when A is
Greater than
40.
40. Right answer. When A is greater than 40. So when A is greater than 40, then it is, I've written here, done. A is greater than 40. And if A is not greater than 40, then what we have to do?
Sir, A is equal to A plus 2.
Okay.
No, sir, no.
Then if A is not greater than 40,
so we have to print.
we have to print first, otherwise 2 will not be printed. So I'm clicking on the output box, and now I'm clicking here. I have clicked at the wrong position. It has gone to yes. So I have to delete it, because if I put it here, then it will become wrong. I'm again clicking. The output is already selected. I have to click on inside. Now it is proper. So this is the output box. I'm double clicking here. Which value we have to print? We have to print A. Okay, we have to print A. And I'm just writing something else here for you all to see. Something I'm writing. It is not mandatory. I'm just writing something so that you can understand that what I'm doing here. I've written put A plus, and after that I've written comma. Can you guess why I've written like this? And what will be happening? Okay, so we can see the output later on. What will be the next command? After putting A, what we have to do? We have to increase the value of A. Then only the next even
Sir,
number will
A
come.
equals to,
Yes,
sir, A equals to A plus 2.
right answer. A is equal to A plus 2. And we have to take assignment box. So I'm taking assignment box.
Yes.
It is asking me to save. So I'm saving this flowchart by the name of even series. And I've taken assignment box. I'm clicking here. Yes. 2 has come. I'm deleting 1. And double clicking. So we have to set A is equal to A plus 2. So done. So this is the flowchart, and I'm going to execute this flowchart now. So execute to completion. Now what I'm going to do, that since 40 will be a huge number, it will take a lot of time. So I'm changing the value of 40 and then I'm writing it 20. Okay, so now the same flowchart will run for 2 to 20. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
How many values are there? 10 values. And now you have understood that why I have taken comma. So that we have got the series in horizontally, not vertically.
Comma.
And I have also removed one thing, that is end line. So I have removed that end line symbol so that the line will not end. So it is printing in series. So if you want to print anything in a same line, then you can use like this, what I've written here. I'm just displaying it once again. I'm double clicking here. I've written A plus, and at the bottom there is end current line. This portion, now I'm clicking on it. So arrow is coming and then arrow has gone. So I removed this arrow. So I think you all have understood this one.
Sir, in Raptor, sir, we can change the speed of execution by the slider which is at the top.
This one, play speed.
Yes, sir.
This is the play speed. Okay, let me check once again. I'm just increasing it and I'm running it again. Here you can see, yes, the speed has increased. Right. Thank you for telling me. So this is a good option. We can change the speed, but why it has been given so that student can understand that how the process is taking place. So I think now this flowchart is clear. I'm going to give you assignment for you all to do at your home. You have to take two numbers from user. First number will be stored in A, second number will be stored in B, and you have to print all even numbers from A to B. Now remember, in this case, not necessary that first number should be even or odd. Suppose user has given 1 and 10. Then you have to print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you can attend the next class, you can join the next class, and you can mark the
Okay, sir.
attendance later on
Okay,
also.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.